Good evening, and this is Lady Dina. And I wanted to talk about this. A lot of people have been asking me when am I going to do another video, and finally I found time to make another video, but it's a bit dark. No, it's nighttime, so hello. Anyway, the reason I made this video today because earlier somebody was asking what happens with candles when it drips on the right, drips on the left, and whatever. Anyway, if let's talk about wishing candles because this is what it is. It's about wishing candles. In other words, petition magic. I don't know if everybody here is familiar with petition magic, but every time you say petition magic, a lot of people think of something else. But actually, it's wishing candles. You'll be using wishing candles. How do you use wishing candles? Well, simple. You get usually, personally, I would prefer 6 inches candles and tapered, of course, and then you dress it up with oils. That's the reason why we have um, oil formulas for different kinds of spells and different kinds of situations that we have every each and every day of our lives. Usually, how do you make uh, oil formulas? Blended oils. Actually, when you blend oils for prosperity. You blend oils for love, for health, and probably for general usage. When you say general, it can be for anything. So let's start with probably a general blend. Personally, I would suggest put at least 3 different oils that will be good for prosperity, love, and health. All three. Everything has to be on a positive form. So whatever it is that you ask for would come back to you in a good way. Anyway, so those you find 3 oils that will be uh, would have magical attributes for the 3 basic needs of a human being. For example, like I said, prosperity, love, and health, or maybe even career, whatever you call it. But anyway, you mix it up with a 35 ml bottle of or 35 ml of base oils, which I would suggest olive, which is most common. Anybody can buy olive oil anywhere, or you can use something like avocado oil. If you know where to find it, then that's good for you. Don't use cooking oil. Vegetable oil, possible, but I don't like it very much. Mineral oils, you can use that also because minerals has its own magical attributes to help you with your specific spell, whatever it is that you need for it for. Anyway, one of the things that you can do with these spells is when you ask for something. For example, you're casting a spell for love, and you use a general oil. What you do is this: if this is a candle, for example. Oh, I don't have it. Okay. Anyway, let's start with a stick, probably. Okay. You hold it in the middle, and you start turning it, going up. Then the same thing when you turn it around. You can start in the middle and turn it going up. Why? But you have to make sure that you turn it clockwise. So when you so it goes it means you're asking for positivity, positive answers there. So once the oil is already all over the candle, what else you do? Get an herb. For example, since it's a spell for love, crushed. I would suggest crushed rose petals, preferably red. And the candle colors has to be pink. I would suggest you use pink. Why pink? It doesn't have negative attributes. Unlike red, the red is for passion, lust, and anger at the same time. So it's like no, it's a mix of emotions. So I would suggest you use pink because it stands for femininity. It stands for love. It stands for friendship. It stands for communication as well. So I think that's the best way for anybody to cast for a wishing spell or to use for a wishing spell. Sorry. Anyway, there. So after rolling it on the herbs, you Put the candle in a fireproof container, and then you light it from the wick. When you say from the wick, I mean from the tip of the wick. That's where you place the fire first. So let it burn. Okay, when it burns, you will see residue sometimes. When it goes to the right, it means your answer. It means you get a positive answer. If it goes to the left, you get a negative answer. If it doesn't have residues at all, because every time you cast a spell with a candle on it, I would suggest take the fan off. I mean, turn the fan off. You don't need that. It's either you burn something or you can't even light the candle up. So, if the candle burns in a very slow paced and the flame is not moving around, then definitely you don't have any drippings. Now, at some point, sometimes candles would have drippings, even if it's on steady mode. So it goes to the left, or if it goes to the left, then it means you have a negative answer. It goes to the right, you get a positive answer. If it doesn't have residue at all, it means your wish can be granted easily. But, let's say, the spell that you casted did not, what do you call it? It didn't go on one end to the other. Let's say it's just like a pool in the middle and there's like tons of residue right there underneath. It means you need to set reachable goals. It means the wish that you've been asking for, it's just too much. So meaning you need to have something a little bit makes ask for something a little bit more reachable for your spell to work. Now, casting a spell in any spell, I would suggest do it for 9 days, but you have to do it on the same hour on that those particular 9 days, and you have to use day of powers also. If you're asking for communications, I would suggest you start on a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, until the full 9 days, until you finish the whole 9 days. Technically, using wishing candles is simply is a very as simple as asking for something. It's like reading a novena when you're Catholic. But this one, you wish for it, you ask for it, you focus on something that you really wanted. Because a lot of people keep on going all over the place. I wanted him to do this for me. I wanted him to do that for me. Can you make it more specific that the universe would be able to understand? And after the 9 days petition magic, I would suggest you let it go. Because technically, when you ask for something, and you requested it already for 9 days, the universe will take its ideas. They will be the ones to handle it for you. That's their job. It's their job technically to help you with your spell. I mean it's their time. So in other words, it's time for you to stop asking for it and let the universe take its course. You always remember your secretary is the universe. If you hand your secretary a paperwork for her to type and you won't even let go of the paper, how do you suppose the universe will do the job for you? How do you suppose your secretary to do the job for you? It can't do anything. So that's it. Anyway, another tip that I can help you with regards to your petition magic, if you wanted to cast anything, something similar, I would suggest you inscribe the name of the person that you wanted to target and add runes. If not runes, at least add symbols, Wiccan symbols. That should help you with your particular spell that you wanted. Just always remember when you cast something, always cast something. Always ask for something that you really wanted, because a lot of people doesn't know what they really want, and they start blaming other people for it. Another thing about petition magic, especially candle magic, you have to make sure that you cast another spell right after it. to make sure that you push the other spell that you did before that. So it helps. Anyway, this is finally I found time to do something for practical magic. So thank you very much for listening, and this is for all my students. And please join Triple Goddess Center for Weekend and Cult if you're very much interested for the real deal. These people that I work with are real American witches and paranormal experts. If you really wanted to learn the real deal about Wicca and paranormal investigation, I would suggest join us and learn from the experts. These are the experts. So thank you very much, and I hope you learned something tonight, because now it's getting late for me. I have to go. Bye, and blessed be.